Hi, my name is Caitlin Burgers, and welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my very first YouTube video. I clearly don't have the right equipment to do this. I have literally my iPad and my goddamn phone, okay? I don't have the money or the means right now. But I've always kind of like, since the beginning, this all pandemic shit started. And I did kind of want to do my own YouTube channel before all this started. I just don't have enough balls. And I tend to get, tired or nervous or anxious doing things like this. Because you're out in the public eye. People are going to watch your shit. People are going to judge you. People are going to either be nice or be mean. And you know what? It's life. You do whatever you want to do. So, and people are still going to say whether it's good or bad. They're going to talk shit about you. So I'm just going to do it because I fucking want to, okay? So my channel is mainly going to be, this doesn't want to be sisters. Let's be cousins. So my channel is going to focus on like Canadian serial killers, Canadian crimes, missing persons, haunted places, because we have quite a few here, okay? A lot, especially like in my region, in the area, oh my God, I'm sorry, where I live, we have a lot. I'm just gonna put that back in there because that really bugs me. So yeah. I just feel like I will go and do like as time goes on if people even like this. So give it a like, share, subscribe, please. Please support me. Because it'd be nice to actually, you know, people like me. But yeah, so I will go into other, you know, stories of other people and places in the world as it gradually goes on. But I do want to focus mainly on a lot of Canadian stuff because I love this country. And I feel like a lot of people don't touch on Canadian crimes or missing persons as much as they should. I mean, there's a lot of crazy shit that happens here, you know, as much as the rest of the world, but I mean, like, holy shit. So, yeah, this video is going to be based off of the Meriton Tunnel, which is owned by the Grand Trunk Railway Company, but the Great Western Railway Company, it was supposed to be by that company, but then this company, the Grand Trunk Railway Company, took over. You get what I'm saying here? They took over that company, so now like, anyways, doesn't matter. So it's called the Meriton Tunnel, best known for being the Blue Ghost Tunnel, and it was by a man named William Hamilton Merritt. He founded it. He put the plans together, put everything in motion to get everything going. So, yeah. And the whole purpose was for this to have like an alternative route with a train tunnel underneath the canal. So, yeah. Anyways, I'm going to get into it. I will also say a bunch of stuff afterwards that this place is really, really creepy. I've been there a handful of times and it still creeps me the F out, but you know, whatever. I mean, that's just how it is, I guess. But yeah, so the Meriton Tunnel, and I'm reading this from my iPhone because I was up late last night reading stuff, but I didn't retain anything because I was so freaking tired. I know that's really shitty to say that, but yeah, yeah. So I'm gonna read this from my iPhone on Wikipedia, but I did know a bunch of stuff before this. But I just wanted to tell the whole full freaking story. No. And anyways, afterwards I will say what I have to say. So the Meriton Tunnel, also known as the Blue Ghost Tunnel and the Grand Trunk Railway Tunnel, is an abandoned railway tunnel in Thorold, Ontario. Now, the road to go down and drive up to the tunnel, you can't do anymore. It's blocked off by a security fence, and you have to have authorization to get inside. But these motherfuckers didn't think of... I'm not even going to say it because I don't want them to block it off because I want to go back down there again and again and again and again. But, yes. So, if you really... It's not really in Thorold and it's not really in St. Catharines. It's kind of just borderline between the two. And if anyone who's watching this is from this area, would agree with me because it's true. But anyways, so yeah, it's kind of in the middle. It's not really in one or the other. But anyways, the decision to build a tunnel came from the need for a more durable and less interrupted way to cross the new canal situated directly above it via vehicles. Built in 1876, the tunnel is located between locks 18 and 19 of the former Third Welland Canal. So, right now, I think the canal, this is probably the 4th or 5th time it's been moved. Like, right now where it is, this might be the 4th reconstruction. Oh my god, this chair is killing me. Jesus. But yeah, so it's been around for a very long time. The canal was built using the Queenston limestone and spans a total length of 713 feet when including the winged stone work at either end. Like, it's nice. Like, I don't know if I can input a picture later in the video, but I will put links down to where you can go look at it. I will also show it off my phone because I have pictures as well. But yeah, hundreds of men armed with picks and shovels as well as several horses were used in the excavation of the tunnel. The tunnel was used periodically until 1915 when Henry Eastwood was the last official engineer to pilot a train through the tunnel. And the reason being is because by the time that they were done building the tunnel, which I think only took like 4 or 5 years, it was already past its time. Like, you know, okay, we're done building it. Oh, sorry, you know, we need something else. Because this was only a one-way tunnel. Like, there was no double tracks. It was just one track. One right through. And to be honest, back then, I think that when they were done building this, that's when they started building tunnels with double tracks. But unfortunately, I don't think they could have laid down a second one. Because when you go in it, it's literally like railway ties. Or railway ties, and it's just enough space literally for only one train to go through at a time. Either way, so yeah. Following that, the tunnel was used only occasionally by farmers to transport cattle or as a safe passage from the weather. So they stopped using it, and it technically, from what I understand and I've read in other places, it was only supposed to be a temporary fix. So temporary usage, but like, why would you build it in the first place if you only wanted to have like temporary usage of... I don't know. It's pretty freaking... Anyways, it's stupid, but yeah. Status is abandoned, constructed between 1875 and 1876, opened 1876, closed 1915. Length is 713 feet, and the tunnel was being sealed in 2007. So it's 2020. I literally went there like a year and a bit ago. It's not sealed. They put like... So the end where everybody usually goes into, they boarded it up with like mortar and brick, but it's obviously didn't really do anything because people didn't give a shit. But yeah, anyways, we'll get into that later. So the accidents. Several fatal accidents occurred during the construction. And use of the tunnel and the railway running through it. In 1875, a 14-year-old was killed when he was crushed under a large rock. So apparently it was like a 14-year-old boy who was an Irish immigrant. Because from what I've read to other places, a lot of people were Irish immigrants who built this. Who helped build this. So, yeah. I feel really bad for you all. You had to do this shit. But, you know, you gotta make money. You gotta make that shit up. You might as well. Anyways, on January 3rd, 1903, this is when this fatal accident happened that pretty much killed off the tunnel. Like I read earlier. Like, this is, I think, pretty much what fucking did it in. Put a nail in its coffin and, you know, whatever. On January 3rd, 1903, at 7:03 a.m., engine number 4 and engine number 975 met in a head-on collision approximately a third of a mile from the western entrance of the tunnel. Lord, that is was not okay. So the trains were moving at approximately 22 miles per hour when they crashed, and the firemen of both trains, Charles Harning of engine number 4 and Abraham Desault? I can't speak English, okay? Sorry. Desault from engine number 975 died as a result of their injuries. In total, 107 men were killed during the construction of the tunnel in the canal and its surrounding area. So I'm assuming that they're accounting for the same people who built the Niagara Skyway Bridge. Which, if you're not from here, this is basically what it is. It's a bridge that goes up and up and up and over and down. So this Skyway Bridge, back in the 60s, used to be down at the bottom going towards Niagara Falls. There used to be tolls, just like how they have in the States, right? We used to have them here too, but now we don't have that because it's way too busy. There's way too many population of people living here. So it would just back up traffic way too much. So we don't have that. So a lot of people died building the Skyway, the Niagara Skyway. And I remember that there is a plaque and a headstone on the canal trail right near the bridge, the Skyway Bridge on the bottom, commemorating, you know, thank you and like sorry for your loss and this and that. But that doesn't really cut it because they're fucking dead, okay? Let's just be realistic. So Charles Harning, okay. Oh my god, my nose won't stop running. I don't understand why. He was actually pinned between the boiler and the, what's it called? Tunneler or something? I don't freaking know. He was pinned in between that. And his injuries were so severe and they couldn't even save him that they were literally trying to pull him out, which I don't even know why you would pull. He's fucking pinned, okay? Like, why would you pull him out? I don't understand this. But people were pulling on him and they pulled his limbs off, okay? It's fucked up. And obviously he died. You couldn't get his torso loose because it was pinned in there. Pretty fucking tight, okay? And apparently someone said that his watch from his severed arm was still ticking, which is really fucking creepy. Get out of here, bug. And the other guy, Abraham, got flown into the boiler on his train, and he suffered from 90% burns on his body, was brought to the St. Catharines General Hospital, and 5 hours later he succumbed to his injuries and died. So, I mean, back then they didn't have what we could possibly, I think, have now to help save, but I'm not too sure. But yeah, I mean, I think now you could help him. Like, we got skin grafts and all this shit. But anyway, so yeah. So it hasn't been used a lot, but a lot of kids, like, nowadays will go down there to party, to drink, and do drugs. Or people even camp out front of there, out of the tunnel, the one entrance. I don't know why, but it's, like, really screwed up. Like, why would you want to... You know what? Y'all are fucking crazy. Just do whatever you want to do. But yeah. So yeah, that's all Wikipedia says. But I mean, I know there's more. I'm sure. Somewhere. But yeah. So it, like, they wanted to put in a double track, but they couldn't put in a double track because the tunnel was already built for a single track. So you can't, like, go in there and rip everything down because it would take way too much time. It was already, by the time it was built, it was already past its time. So it was already outdated in the railroad world. Excuse me. My nose keeps running. I don't know why. I think I have a cold, but I'm not too sure. So yeah. Like, they blocked it off at the top of the... I gotta plug my phone in. Sorry. They, so like I said, there's a security gate. This doesn't want to go in. Stupid freaking thing. There we go. So there's a security gate that's at the top of the road that you used to be able to drive down to. Now, I've had friends who've gone down there and, like, partied and stuff, like, back in the day. And they said that you could literally drive your car down there. But now you can't. And Seaway Security does because the Welland Canal, like that is part of the Welland Canal. So even here, where the Welland Canal is actually today and being very used, it's considered part of the Seaway company, Seaway Security. So security will patrol that. Now, I'm not condoning illegal activity, but if you want to actually see this place, because it's pretty fucking creepy, but pretty freaking cool, you literally just park at the Good Eats Diner across from GM Plant number 2 on Glendale, okay? You walk across the street, you see these giant cement boulders. Just walk on through there, and when you get down to the bottom of that hill, you make a right and you go all the way up. Now, usually when you're going up this road, as you're about to turn down to oh my god, my nose is so itchy, step down a guardrail. People usually spray paint like Blue Ghost Tunnel, pointing an arrow down. So you step over the guardrail, but be careful as you're going down because it can get pretty kind of messed up and steep. And you'll be right there, and I will show you a picture on my phone of what it looks like. It's fucking creepy. I only have a picture of the outside because everything that I had on the inside didn't really turn out that great. But here we go, ladies and gents. So that is it right there. So that door right there, okay? So they had this whole thing, like as you can see, it's all supposed to be sealed. But obviously people didn't give a shit. So somebody put the door there. I don't know who did it, but somebody did. And then they tried to seal it. And yeah. But, you know, there's obviously 2 holes in the barricade where people have smashed through, and they've actually broken like the lock on the door, so the door doesn't lock. And the creepiest thing too is that when you open that door, it's like, and it just makes a huge. I'm like, wow. Well, there's to add to the more creep value. But yeah, it takes about a good 20-25 minute walk to get to it from the point where you need to start. And yeah. There's also a pump house there, and there was, they had to do something with the canal. I can't remember what, but they had to divert the water from the dam, and there was a church that I don't think was in use anymore. It was like an Anglican. We're just gonna call it a church, a church, because I can't speak. Anglican church. I'm just gonna call it that because it's just I can't. Anyways, I don't think it was in use anymore. You know, back then churches used to have cemeteries, and some of them still do. Like, they're an old enough church. So they put out a thing where if people have their loved ones buried here, you know, please move them to the Lakeview Cemetery, because it's going to be under surge of water because they have to divert it for the canal. So they moved about 200 and something bodies. But there's, and I don't know how I remember this, but there's 663 people still buried there. So, yeah, there's a lot of, yeah. And apparently if you find it, like, you can actually, like, see some of the headstones. And I actually, I've watched videos of people who've, on YouTube, well, like, years and years ago, who've done this. And it's really creepy. Because some people try to pick them up and like move them and screw around with them. And one thing I know is you don't mess with the dead, okay? You just leave the dead alone. You know, they're dead. You know, they're whatever they've gone through in life, they've suffered enough. Like, why are you gonna keep screwing with them? Like, what is wrong with you? So, I mean, people have tried to move them, and they just kind of end up, I guess, throwing them down. Some people have broken some of them, and that's just disrespectful. I don't disrespect the dead. I just don't. That's just not right. But yeah, so you can go there, you can see them. I don't know exactly where that is. I don't know if it's the pump house. I don't think it's the pump house because I went to the pump house. The pump house is literally just up the road, and you can't go any further because once you're up the pump house, that's where the road ends. So when you're walking up to the Blue Ghost Tunnel and you're walking past GM, okay? So the road to the Blue Ghost, but there's another road leading this way. And I know that that is a road coming out of GM where the trucks will come up here sometimes, but I've never personally seen a truck come up. Was caught by Seaway, but I was let off with a warning. So they either give you a warning if they're feeling nice enough, or they give you a $600 trespassing fine. The only reason why they don't want people going down there and, you know, take a wild guess. It's an old ass tunnel. It's over 140 years old. They're afraid that it's going to collapse. But of all the things and all the places that people go to around here, I've never heard anything of anybody being hurt or injured there, you know. But there's places like DQ Falls, people go down the stupidest freaking way and they get hurt. Because they're not wearing the proper shoes and they're going down the dumbest way you can go because it's a shortcut. Same with there's this trail called the Niagara Rapids Trail, which is down in the gorge people go to. People fall in it all the time because they're just being stupid, not taking the necessary precautions. But they want to block this off. I guess a few years ago they wanted to like physically seal the whole thing off. They obviously haven't. I don't know why, but yeah, it's part of history. Like you can't just tell it to go away. It's not gonna go away. It just, I don't know. It's just there. Just leave it alone. Like, I love going down there, to be honest with you. And now there's people who have said like the blue ghost was like either like a dog or like a person. That's how it got the Blue Ghost Tunnel. There's been sightings of orbs. People have heard things like, where are you? Who are you? They've been pushed. They've been shoved. People also said you could hear people working like on the railroad. Like the hammers and the whatever. They thought that you could hear that. I've actually seen a paranormal investigation team went in there and they actually did have recordings. Some people were asking like, who are you? What's your name? And like, then the ghost would talk back and be like, well, who are you? Why are you here? And then they said that they could hear someone working on the railroad. And then there was another video that I watched. I don't know how ballsy this guy is. I don't know why he would do this, because I personally wouldn't do this. But he ended up putting his camera far back from where he was laying in his freaking sleeping bag, okay? And he had two candles next to each other, and he blew one out, I think. Or no, I don't think he did. He might have. I can't remember. But all I do remember is him going to sleep, and then the other candle blew itself out. Now, there's no wind down there. Like, there could be wind above, outside the tunnel going insanely crazy, and there'll be nothing going through the tunnel. Okay, it's not like the screaming tunnel that everybody confuses it with. They're not the same. It's creepy. I went down there, the first time I ever went down there was a hot ass day in the summertime. Like, I'm talking like humidity up the ass, okay? I get down in that tunnel and I shit you not, and I wish I still talked to the two people that I went there with the first time. You could literally see your breath. That is how cold it was in there. And now apparently a sign of spirits is cold temperatures. Super cold temperatures. I believe it's haunted. I mean, that's what I believe. You can go there yourself and figure it out, but I would suggest going at nighttime because it's way more creepier. And there's just a lot of creepy things that happen. Yeah. I mean, me and my partner went there like a year and a bit ago. I took him because he's not from this area. So I was like, well, you got to see this place because this place is creepy as shit. So we go up and like there's a group of kids coming back. They're all smoking weed before. So when we get there, there's two teenage boys smoking weed. Whatever, it's fine. So as we're coming back, and I'm not even kidding you, this creeped me out so much. It was dead silence going there, but coming back, there was like this bird making this noise. Now, from what I understand, the only bird it could be is an owl, but it didn't sound like a freaking owl, okay? Because I love owls. I know what owls sound like. Every time it would make like a cuckoo noise, my partner, being the, you know, asshole that likes to screw with you kind of person, did it back to the bird. So every time the bird would do it, he would do it back. The bird would do it, and it would sound like it was getting closer and closer until it literally sounded like it was coming in our ears, like right beside our ear. And I don't even know, okay? It sounded like it was coming right beside our ear, like it was right there, and then it was like right in front of us, and then one right over here, and one right behind us. I was like, oh my God. I was like, hey, can we just go, please? Because now I'm like terrified. And I usually don't get that scared, but like, oh my God, it was bad. So yeah, super creepy place. History of the yin yang. I hope that they never get rid of it because I do want to go back there, like I said. And I think that everyone should kind of see it once in their life. It is a creepy place, but like, the amount of time and effort it took into building that, and then all of a sudden it just only was in use for a few decades. Okay. Waste of money and time, there's humanity being, wasteful. But anyways, I hope that you liked this video, so please give it a like, share, and subscribe. Please. I'm scared. I'm nervous. This is my first video, so I just hope, you liked it. So, yeah. And I will try to do one every week. So I will try to do one next week, and I don't really know when I'm going to be uploading on certain days. It might just be like Tuesdays or Wednesdays. Also, I think the total push for this was Brittany. I can't remember your last name, but girl, you were freaking hilarious. And Bailey Sarian, she is amazing. So she kind of, watching her, I binge watched the shit out of her videos. So, because she's so funny. She reminds me of me, literally. We have like the same personality kind of thing. But anyways, I think she's a Sagittarius too, which is pretty cool. She kind of gave me the push, the inspiration to do this. So thank you. I hope that it all works out for me. I hope that I can have as much success as you two ladies. So thank you guys. I'm probably never going to see this, but you guys are awesome. Anyway, so give it a like, share, and subscribe. This is going to be a really shitty first video, but yes, I'm excited. Thank you very much, everybody. Have an awesome day. Yeah. Stay safe out there during all this coronavirus bullshit. Okay? Because it's craziness. Be good to each other. Be kind. And don't be assholes. Okay? Bye.